Hey everybody in YouTube land, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe, and I'm going to be giving you some of your financial news every day. So by trade, I am a writer. I do a lot of ghost writing. I also do a lot of financial and business writing. So I'm going on the other side of the camera today to talk about what's going on in business, finance, the stock market, news you can use, no pun intended. That may be copywritten, I'm not sure. But anyway, we're going to talk about some goings on in the stock market. So today, Salesforce has bought Slack. Now, if you've been hiding under a rock or you don't work remotely, Salesforce started as basically a way for people to keep track of their leads. It was for salespeople, and I actually used Salesforce, and it was okay. Like, I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm not supposed to insert opinion, but it's my channel, so I will. It was okay, I think. I could have done better with a notepad, but, to each their own. And then Slack is kind of like a group me chat for only your coworkers, which could be a good thing or a bad thing. But it was set up to be kind of like, a group chat text situation that was app based. And it was really popular amongst Northerners and government workers from my experience. Slack, again, I felt like, the iMessage, would have sufficed. But no, we need an app for that. So, moving along to the financial news and how this pertains to you if you are an investor or looking to become an investor. Slack went public. Now, Slack, keep in mind, that's the platform where you can text your coworkers and pretend to be productive. So Slack went public in June of 2019, which it was thought that it was going to perform very, very well. Slack, to this point, including the first and second quarter, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter, while we have been in an economic shutdown and almost everyone is working from home, has yet to turn a profit. I want that to sink in for you. Slack has yet to be profitable. It is not profitable. Let's say it again for the people in the back. No profit so far with Slack. Okay, Slack has now been acquired by Salesforce. If you'll remember at the beginning of this video, Salesforce was the company where salespeople, originally it started as software, salespeople could go in and keep track that they talked to Barbara Joanne on July 17th, and she said no, she did not want whatever you were buying, or she said yes, and you followed up, and it was a way to keep track with that. Salesforce has now had an identity crisis. This guy on a motorcycle. Salesforce now has had an identity crisis, and they're trying to essentially be a business services monolith, meaning that they want to own a little piece of any sort of communication or communication tracking software that someone could potentially use in the work environment. I personally believe this is going to end up disastrous. That is my opinion. I'm sure there are people out there, leave it in the comments if you think I'm wrong. I'm unimpressed. I've been unimpressed by Salesforce, and I'm unimpressed by Slack as well. Anyway, Salesforce decided it'd be a great idea to buy Slack for $27.7 billion in a combination of stocks and cash. Now, keep in mind, Slack's stock price has not increased or decreased dramatically since its initial public offering in June of 2019. It has not been able to produce a profit in the midst of a global pandemic when people aren't allowed outdoors. I'm being dramatic, but if you're going to profit, now's the time you would have profited, in my opinion. That is, again, one financial person's opinion. You may have your own. Feel free to leave those in the comments. Okay, essentially, their main competitors are small players: Google, Zoom, Microsoft. Speaking of Zoom, just a side note, I had never even heard of Zoom until the entire pandemic started, and then all of a sudden everybody was Zooming. I also am unimpressed with Zoom. Completely unimpressed. I've had to do meetings via Zoom. I've had to do interviews via Zoom. I've had to do client consults via Zoom. I am unimpressed. Absolutely unimpressed. There's nothing that they can do that FaceTime cannot do. I'm just going to put that on the record. Essentially, what Salesforce is trying to do is they are trying to become major competitors with Zoom, Google, and Microsoft. And I think this is disastrous for them. I think this is a very poor buy. That is just my opinion. Again, you may have other opinions. You may think this was a great move and this is why they did it, and all these factors. The issue I have is not when companies acquire other companies, it's when weak companies acquire other weak companies. Neither one offers a product that I feel is up to snuff for the requirements that are required in today's digital marketplace. Again, this is just Jessica Bug's opinion. So use this information for what you may do. I know I've got a lot of traders that watch what I do. I've got a lot of, people that look to me to kind of give an opinion. I would not buy Salesforce right now. That, unless I'm going to short the market. That's the only way I'm buying Salesforce. It done. That's a wrap. That's why I'm buying Salesforce. I'm going to bet that it goes down, possibly bankrupt. I don't, because here's the deal. As soon as we go back to normal, whenever that is, the demand for their services is going to be decimated, essentially. And they have yet to turn a profit. And to me, as a business person, as someone who advises business people, I really feel the fact that they have not been able to turn a profit, they're not even close to turning a profit, is a problem. So feel free to comment below, disagree, agree, whatever. Smash that like button, subscribe. I got more financial news coming. I've got, personal finance news coming, and I also have my little challenge where I'm trying to be a reseller, and I'm failing horribly. So anyway, you guys have a great night. Use this to your advantage and make all the money.